Warm greetings from the High 10. It's Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. This is the latest developments coming out of, I don't really know where it's coming out of, quite frankly, because I don't even know what I'm about to repeat is even the truth. These are alleged allegations from the Smollett family. Now they're receiving a threat, and I'm going to play the commentary by Court TV, and then I will chop it up thereafter. Let me say this before I get crunk. I don't know what you all are up to, you all, Jussie Smollett, but whatever you're doing, they're not letting him out of the damn jail. So you all need to stop with the BS. It's going on into a new week. It's a new week. We're tired of hearing about Jussie Smollett. It's over with. 12 members found him guilty, and the judge gave him a sentence, restitution, probation, and jail time. Put an end to it. You people need to grow up out there. Court TV is the source, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Any information I'm playing, you can find it in the YouTube queue and my community page. Court TV is the source, 17 minutes long. Thanks for joining me.
We are waiting for the jury to come back from a break in the case of Tennessee versus Billy Ray Turner. We thought that the first witness was going to be called. The judge initially sent the jury on a quick restroom break, and then it turned into this is a good time to take a lunch break. So just letting you know that case is on a recess right now. The Husel case we have streaming live for you on CourtTV.com. That is the doctor in Columbus, Ohio, who's accused of murdering 14 of his patients. In the meantime, we want to turn our attention to another story making headlines this afternoon. The Jussie Smollett legal saga continues. Get this, the attorneys for the Empire actor have filed an emergency release petition after Smollett's family is claiming to have received a threatening phone call, a call that purports to put Smollett's life in danger. This is according to Rolling Stone. Now, in this anonymous call, said to have been received by one of Smollett's siblings, the caller is describing in graphic detail what he hopes will happen to the actor while he's serving his jail sentence. Now, Court TV does not air graphic content, so we are not able to play the call for you. However, we can tell you that the alleged threat is similar in nature to the 1997 Abner Louima case. He was sodomized with a broomstick handle in a police precinct bathroom by a New York City police officer. Now, this petition for Jussie Smollett also lists a number of other reasons that the actor should be released, including threats across social media, Smollett's detention in protective custody, which his family claims is damaging his mental health. The petition also cites Smollett's compromised immune system, saying that it puts him at risk of contracting COVID-19. Now, on Monday, Court TV reported that Smollett's family was claiming that he had been moved to the psych ward of the Cook County Jail, despite the family claiming that nothing was wrong with the actor. Now, the Cook County Sheriff's Department released this statement. It says in part, quote, regarding Mr. Smollett's housing, the judge ordered that Smollett be housed in protective custody. He's currently housed in a location frequently utilized for individuals requiring a high level of supervision and care for mental health needs. This housing may also be utilized solely for security reasons due to the enhanced monitoring that can occur in this setting. Mr. Smollett is not currently on suicide watch. Regarding reports of threatening, hateful, and racist calls received, according to the family, the sheriff's office strongly urges the family to report these alleged calls to local law enforcement. As with all individuals in custody, the safety and security of Mr. Smollett is the sheriff's office's primary concern. Now, regarding COVID-19, there are currently just 15 individuals positive for the virus there at Cook County Jail, all of whom tested positive at admission over the previous days, out of more than 6,100 in custody at the time. The jail, which has been recognized in studies by the CDC, Yale, and Stanford universities as a leader among carceral facilities in the fight against COVID-19.
Ooh, sorry about that. Commercial break. Sorry about that, you guys.
He's sentenced to 30 months felony probation. He has to spend the first 150 days of that sentence in the Cook County Jail. The court also ordered him to pay just over $120,000 in restitution to the city of Chicago and pay a $25,000 fine. The jury, of course, found him guilty back in December of lying to police about the racist and homophobic attack that he orchestrated in 2019. All right, so let me bring in my guests to see what they think about all of this. Still with me, standing by, we have criminal defense attorney Daryl Cohen, retired DEA Special Agent Ted Golden, and criminal defense attorney Andrew Mishlove. Oh boy, where do I begin with Jussie Smollett? Maybe with the phone call. And Agent Gold, I really want to tap into your investigatory experience and all your years serving in law enforcement. So the family is who's saying they got the call. This call didn't, go to somebody at the jail. It's not going to, police or guards. This is apparently going to his family. Tell me, how might investigators try to confirm that it is what his family says it is?
Well, it appears the call was recorded, and it may have been a lengthy call because of the graphic terms that were used in the conversation. So connected to that call is information, depending on what kind of device they use to call from. If they called utilizing a cell phone, that number can be tracked. The information can be downloaded to determine where that call was made from, who made the call, who owns the phone that made the call, who else do they call, how often do they call other people. They use a throwaway phone, they can find out where it was obtained from, and possibly get some video that shows where it was obtained from and who bought it. So there are a lot of different ways that investigators can use to determine the origination of the phone call and who actually made the phone call. So that's going to be the first priority, to legitimate the actual call itself, to confirm or deny that it was a call that was made from someone who has intentions on doing harm or causing problems for Smollett or his family. It's very complicated, but it can be done. It takes some time to get it.
Yeah, and presumably they'd be working on that now, I would hope. Agent Golden, that's the thing that kind of was troubling me when I heard about this news this morning, is that call needs to be authenticated, right? To show that it is what the family is saying that it is. And what kind of gives me a little bit of pause is that spectacle that Jussie Smollett made in the courtroom. On his way out with the deputies, we all heard him, the world heard him loud and clear, and then now his family, they claim, are receiving calls like the one that we're unable to play because it is so graphic and disturbing. Daryl Cohen, what do you think about this? Does this give you any pause, thinking about what he said on the way out of the courtroom, and now here comes the phone call that seems to corroborate what his concern was?
Well, Julie, this all seems to be so much like Shakespeare, much ado about nothing, but not really. It tells me that if you do the crime, you have to serve the time. And all of us who have been in the criminal defense system for years understand that. Yes, he needs to be protected if this phone call is authenticated, or if they have reason to believe that he is in some sort of danger, then clearly he needs to be protected. But should he be released based upon his allegations that he was found guilty of? In my view, no. He did something that exacerbated exactly what we don't need in this country. We don't need any more racial problems for no absolute reason. So let him do his time and protect him if necessary, but let it be.
Mm-hmm. Andrew Mishlove, tell me what you think about this. Does this raise any red flags to you?
Well, Jussie Smollett is a unique case. It's obviously captured the nation's interest, so it's hard to compare it to other cases. And yet at the same time, everyone who goes into jail is afraid of violence in jail. Everyone who goes into jail is afraid of COVID in jail. These kind of complaints are things that jailers and judges hear every day. So I agree with Mr. Cohen that I would be shocked if he is released from jail because of this. He will be placed in protective custody of some sort, and that's not a lot of fun. That means that he's going to be essentially in solitary confinement where nobody can get to him. I would be extremely surprised if he was even moved to a different facility, but he'll be
watched very carefully inside the facility he was in.
Right. And as far as what protective custody, what it looks like, what it involves, Agent Golden, can you kind of give us an idea of what that experience is like? I know Andrew touched on it a little bit for us, but if anybody's wondering, what exactly is it like for someone like Jussie Smollett, based on what we know from the Cook County Sheriff's Department? What, if anything, would you add to that, please?
First of all, he's placed in the side of the jail where there's an optimum level of security. Nobody gets in or out of that area without being accounted for and justifying why they come in. And he'll probably be in a 24-hour video surveillance. And he'll probably have a jailer coming by and checking him every 30 minutes to make sure that he's okay and he hasn't done anything to himself or the way it's gotten to him. He'll probably be allowed 1 hour out of his jail cell to shower and possibly take a walk by himself, but he'll be walking with nobody else in the area where he is. But 23 hours out of the day, he's going to be locked down with no access to anything except the normal things you have to be able to do: use a bathroom, get a drink of water, get your 3 meals every day, and to take a shower once a day. So it's the ultimate level of solitary confinement, and it's not intended to harm him. It is intended to keep him safe.
Thank you, Agent Golden. Let's take a look back at those outbursts that Jussie Smollett made when he was in court for his sentencing last week.
Oops, sorry about that. They got to get their monies. Here we go. Back to the courtroom. Last week, everybody.
Okay, I am not suicidal. Okay, I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means I stuck my fist in the fingers of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years, and the fingers of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you, and I respect
now you got to throw in the groups.
And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time. I am not suicidal. Okay.
Jail time what?
I am not suicidal. And I am innocent. I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
But you did.
What did you think of that? So I would ask
Crazy nut.
what they thought of that outburst.
He's a nut.
Here, go on. Let me begin with you. Your thoughts on it, please.
Damn.
Perhaps Oscar-winning or clearly Emmy-winning performance. His performance was exactly what it was when he made the allegations that he was found guilty of being a liar. Guilty. I'm not impressed. I'm just not impressed. Maybe he's auditioning for a part from when he is no longer incarcerated.
Right.
He may get it.
Oh, go ahead, please, Joe.
No, I said he may get that part.
He may get it. Yeah, he
No,
may
I
get
don't
it.
know who the producer, the director is, but go for it. He's quite an actor.
Yeah, he is
He's a
quite
side
an
member.
I found it to be quite a spectacle, and I have to say, he had to have known of that possibility. He has, who I understand to be some of the finest lawyers in Chicago. We're familiar at Court TV with one of them, Tamara Walker. She's been on Court TV before. She's outstanding, and these lawyers would have to advise him of all the possibilities. Andrew, let me have you speak to this, if you would, please. When you have a client going into sentencing like this, share with us how you explain to them all the things that might happen on that day, depending on what the judge does.
Well, I always advise my clients they might go into custody on that day. Sometimes the judge sets a different day for a person to report. If my clients are guilty and that's obvious, I advise my clients that they need to find someplace in their hearts where they have some remorse and contrition, and they ought to express that. So Jussie Smollett did exactly the opposite of that. He proclaimed his innocence, which is his right. At least he tempered it by expressing respect for the judge and the jury. But I found it to be, as Mr. Cohn did, a performance.
Yes.
Right. Agent Golden, share with us your thoughts. Seeing that, on Friday when he was sentenced, what did you think, please?
I just had a conversation with my grandson about consequences. When you're a man and you do something wrong and you get caught, you have to be willing to face the consequences of your actions. If that's the case, you're not a man, you're a child. Don't whine about things, especially when you know what you did is wrong. You accept the consequences. I can tell you that out of the many trials I've sat through with defendants that I knew without a shadow of doubt were guilty, when the judges made their decisions, or the jury made their decision, the judge handed down the sentence, not one of them stood and did what Mr. Smollett did. They faced the consequences, accepted the responsibility, and went to jail without whining and crying.
Right.
So you got to grow up. You got to be a man.
Exactly.
And you got to accept the consequences of your action. When you do wrong, you suffer the consequence.
Exactly. A great lesson your grandson is being taught. Absolutely. And with Jussie Smollett, oh, go ahead, Gerald. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was just going to say, had he gone while sentencing, not admitting what he did was wrong, but saying, I'm sorry this happened. I feel so much remorse, and I do respect the court. I think everything might have gone a lot more smoothly for him. That's all.
Right. And part of what he said something to the effect like, I respect the jury's decision, I respect your honor. But then he just could not help himself, could he? He just had to keep going and had to be loud and just draw so much attention to himself when all was about attention. That's what it was all about, whether it was for more fame or to try to become more powerful in Hollywood or who knows. But it's like, boy, oh boy. You could advise a client all day, right, Andrew? You could advise them and advise them and advise them, but I'm sure those attorneys had to be cringing at the impression that he left upon the nation on Friday.
I'm sure that they were grateful for his sake that he made the majority of those statements after the judge pronounced sentence.
Yeah.
If you act out like that before the judge announces his sentence, it invariably leads to a much harsher sentence.
Sure. Someone asked me on Twitter, this is a good one to follow up with you, Andrew. Someone said, what about contempt? Could the judge have held him in contempt?
That would be pretty unusual. I think at that point, the judge just wants to get him out of the
Right.
Right. Send him off to the jail. Then he's the jail's problem. But here it just seems like he won't stop. And I think with this call the family is saying they received, you certainly hope it's not true. It's very, very disturbing, upsetting. But I think had there not been that performance before, it kind of set the table for it, I guess is what I'm thinking. The performance on Friday in the court kind of, and now everyone, in his family who is very strongly advocating, they gave that press conference after the sentencing. Many of you might have seen it at home where they were very angry that he was sent to the Cook County Jail. And so they're obviously doing everything they can to make sure that he is safe there, understandably so. And we'll see if he's let out. That petition's hanging in the balance, and we'll keep an eye if we hear anything from the court or if law enforcement authenticates that call. Daryl Cohen, Andrew Mishlove, Agent Ted Golden, thank you all so much. Before we head to break, I want to share with you something special. This is a special programming note. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, you can see an exclusive interview. Michael Ayala is going to be interviewing Jussie Smollett's attorney, Tamara Walker. We were just talking about Tamara. She's fantastic. She's been on Court TV before. Michael's going to sit down with her and talk all about Jussie Smollett's case. So maybe we'll get some more insight from her tonight. But that's 7 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Court TV.
All right, everybody. That's the sad information coming out of pertaining to Chicago, Illinois, and this clown. All right. Thank you all so much for following the content. If you'd like to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. Where do I begin? First of all, as I said on my community post, and this is no, excuse my language when I say this, I believe this new farce of someone threatening the family. Queen wears a size 6 in panties, and we're going to leave it at that. And I think most of you know I don't wear a size 6. Let's keep it real. If this is your ploy to try to get Jussie Smollett out of jail, it will not work. The judge has rendered his decision. He is in the jail. allegedly protective custody. One day they say he's not, then the next minute it's a psych ward. It's to keep him safe. I don't really give a fuck what's going on with Jussie Smollett. I don't care where he is in there. I don't care if he's down 23 hours a day. I don't care. Once you go to jail, that's between you and the officials in there, how they want to house you, put you on a cot, put you in the day room, the utility closet. Queen doesn't care, because this is absolutely ridiculous. They need to accept the fact that he is guilty and he got his time. 12 members said yes, and a judge said yes to jail time. It's over with. Stop with the BS. He hasn't even been in there a full 4 days. He hasn't even been in there a full 4 days. And now you're saying that somebody has called you with a threat. Okay, so it was too graphic to play it on court TV. So the Queen's going to chop it up like this. What number did they call? I'll wait. 2022, not too many people have landlines. Most younger people don't. Most people 50 and under don't have landlines. So I want to know, who did they call? Did they call his mother, who possibly has a landline, or a grandma that's 92? You called her, she has a landline? Because I want to know, how would you have gotten the sister's number, cell phone, brother's number, cell phone? Did I leave anybody out? How did the culprit get the telephone number? What did he or she say exactly? You see, the reason why Jussie Smollett mentioned the suicide rant during court is possibly he might want to harm himself, and then this would be a great setup for his family to sue the city of Chicago for putting him in there and endangering his life and blah, blah, blah. People don't like him. People are angry. They want to harm him. Somebody killed him, murder him. Is that where we're trying to take this? Are we now murder, she wrote? Help me out. I'm sinking. I'm sinking and I'm bored. You see, today was a good day. Finally, today was a pretty good day for the Queen. And seeing this in the YouTube queue, once again, perturbed me, because it's like, today's a good day. It's sunny here in the high 10, a little warm today. Not superficially warm, but warm enough the sun's hot. It's a great day in the neighborhood. And I want to enjoy my day, and I don't want to see another damn article or video pertaining to Jussie Smollett. It's over with. Move on. Keep it moving. This ploy to try to get him out, because this is what it sounds like. So let me guess. Did he pay somebody before he went into jail to call his family? So, as someone said in the comment section, did you call the police? Which one of you got the phone call? And did you call the police? And obviously, Court TV has a copy of the alleged threat. I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear Pookie say what he's going to do to Jussie Smollett. First, he got Africans to pretend to beat him up, put a noose around his neck. Maybe he went and found a Muslim. I said that. Maybe he found a Muslim this time to call and threaten to, blow up something in the name of Allah. I don't know. Because you all are awfully bored up there. You see, his family are enablers. And as they say about the apple and the tree, Jussie obviously learned this diabolical behavior from somebody in his family. Mother, father, grandmother, somebody. He learned this behavior. It's obvious because their behavior right now is asinine. You're aiding somebody who's gotten their sentence. It's over with. Court has adjourned. Court adjourned on Friday. It's over with. New cases now on the docket. Jussie Smollett is a wrap. And just like these other heavy hitters in Hollywood, you all are sick to be aiding him and using other horrific crimes in comparisons to the crime that he committed, such as Taraji P. I have no respect for you. I have no respect for you. You, Miss Jackson, Alfred Woodard, all of y'all are some damn bobbleheads. And I thought you black women had a little substance about yourself. Obviously not. That you would sit here and believe this bullshit that this man has spun. Two people have come forward and told you that they aided him in this farce, and yet you still want to believe somebody's lying on him. And then Taraji P has the nerve to compare the lies that he spun compared to some white folks lying on a little child that got him killed, Emmett Till. Really? You that low down, Taraji? All of y'all need to grow up. Because that's right. The case is closed. It's over with. If he decides to harm himself in there, that's on him. The jailers know not to put anything of use to him to where he can harm himself, prick himself, stick himself, hang himself, choke himself. Naturally, he has to be able to eat food, so he has to have silverware. That would be the worst case scenario. He chokes on a damn plastic spoon or knife or fork. Shut up, Quay. It's that. That's it. Thank you all for joining me. You see, this is how you know that he's guilty. Ranting in court at the end, telling the judge he respects him, but then shakes his head like, you got it wrong. He must know Wanda West. Shut up, Quay. Then he's throwing his hand up and talking about LGBTQ and all that old. Nobody want to hear nothing about that. That ain't got nothing to do with what you did and getting sentenced to 5 months in jail. All this shit about hands in the mouth and foot in the mouth and boy, hush. You just putting on. And I don't know if he's wanting to kill himself or hoping that somebody hurts him or harms him. That way his family can then sue. Who knows? He's a psychopath. And his family are aiding him, so they're also minions as well. So you see, they're all evenly yoked in foolishness, mayhem. They're all related. So God forbid anybody that fools with this bunch. These are people I would not be taking to lunch. Let me make this clear. When you see them, step off the curb, cross the street. Step off the curb and cross the street. Because we are past the stage of somebody made a mistake. We all sin, fornicate. You made a deliberate lie for no reason. And went and got aid from two people who foolishly went along with the dumbass hoax. And then when the shit got hot and they realized and traced these people down by surveillance, they folded and told it. It's cut simple. Because that's the one thing people fail to realize about this storyline. If it wasn't for the two, it may have been dropped. But somebody kept digging and digging. Somebody was releasing information because they wanted the truth to be known. That nobody believed his story. And it was a lie and it was a farce. And they tracked these two guys who folded. So it is what it is. The truth is out. Move on. That's my set information. Now his lawyer is going to be on Court TV tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in hearing what this heifer has to say, I don't really have any interest. It will just be entertainment for a video, quite frankly, because that BS that they pulled in the court, badgering the judge about what he wasn't doing in the trial. He didn't ask appropriate questions. Then he's going back and forth with them at the end of the sentencing phase. And then at the end, after he gives his sentence, you're still questioning the damn judge about his decision. Why is he going to give him jail time for you to say, I'd like to have the jail time dismissed? Who the hell are you to ask the judge to dismiss the jail time when he just told you? He just made the damn jail time. He said 5 months. So you think he's going to sit there and ponder on 5 months and then say, okay, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Whatever you say, goofy ass chicks. And Jussie Smollett, you waltzing in that court with all them black folks, them black attorneys, that didn't mean nothing. They didn't save your ass. How about that? So much for Black Lives Matter. How about that? Since you like throwing up LGBTQ every 5 seconds, throwing out certain groups, you don't identify with nobody but somebody that's a loser. So that means they can either be white, Arab, Jew, gay, short, tall, fat, bisexual, homosexual, intersexual, whatever the hell label they want to give themselves. Just a bum. That's the only person that you can identify with is a bum. Somebody that don't have nothing to do with themselves, but go around making up stuff damn near 40 years old, goofy. Hell, it may be 40. I don't know. Don't really care. But let me give a discrepancy. I said this crime took place in 2020 of January. It was 2019. So I need to put a correction in this video, because in my last commentary, speaking about this fool, I said January 29th, 2020, but the crime took place January 29th, 2019. See, I tend to forget the years, because as time goes by, his ass didn't go to jail. So why I'm going to sit up here and be counting what year it was. Hell, I'm 51. I'm getting old. I ain't got time to be sitting up here worrying about what year damn Jussie Smollett pretended to put a noose around his neck in the damn dead of winter playing around. Hell, the rats weren't even outside. But you and two other white people out, and it was Magna country, and they were looking for you in a half-decent neighborhood that wouldn't be considered urban, wouldn't be considered the hood, but two white guys were running around with Magna hats in the hood looking for a gay man. You can't make this stuff up. It was too cold to give a damn if you were gay, blue, or red. Did you hear what I said? Too cold to care if you were gay, too cold to care if you were black, too cold to care if you were anybody. Because when it's that damn cold, you ain't got no business out damn side. And somebody said in the chat, the subway wasn't even open. So I don't know if that's true or not, but damn. Get it together. Okay, Subway footlong, y'all see. Yeah, taking the acting way too far, indeed. But just what somebody just said up on the panel, I believe. I believe it was one of the criminal defense attorneys. He is an actor. He is an actor. Yes, Bleach. So why not give the grand finale? Besides lying, making up this hoax, saying somebody sent threatening letters to your job. Then you go to court, you lie, making up more crazy allegations against one of the brothers as being a homosexual, just taking it all the way, as far as you can extend it. And then at the end, you get your sentence, you're still putting on in front of the camera. Oh, thank you. Oh, I respect the judge. I respect the jury. But then he shook his head like, but y'all still got it wrong. Now, bruh, the only thing they got wrong is not giving you more time than the 3 months. I mean, the 150 days, excuse me. 5 months, rather. Should have been the 3 years. I am not suicidal, exactly. When he first said that, I thought, hell, I was losing my mind. I said, what the hell is going on here? Boy, if you don't sit your black tail down somewhere. I am not suicidal. I mean, this came out of nowhere. I thought, what the hell is wrong with him? Yes, fist in the fears. Sounded so made up to me. Yeah, putting a fist in the fears. I didn't even understand that. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. What the hell does it mean? But that's just the story, you guys, pertaining to Puss in Boots. Somebody has sent a threatening phone call to his family. They did not identify who the family member is in this commentary by Court TV. They obviously have access to the phone call, but they would not play it for various reasons. So we will see who will be the first person to air this alleged threatening phone call. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Da, 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 da. Doing. Crazy. Rosemary, Uber Eats. Well, that's the whole point. That's why, it's a farce. You know Chicago weather. You've been filming the show in Chicago for years. You know when a storm is coming, so you would know to go buy groceries. That'd be the first thing you would have bought when you came off the airport, from my understanding. You just got into town. You're just getting to your apartment, your skybox in the sky. Wouldn't you go get you some vittles? Hey, drop me to the grocery store. Let me get some food before I check in for the evening. That's what a normal human being would do in the middle of a winter storm. You're already out in the car, then you stop and go get food. I don't know, Twiggy. I have no idea. But this lets you know how sick people are and that you don't know people. You see people that exact these type of crimes every day, such as that Papini lady out in California who pretended that she was kidnapped when she went and stayed with her ex-boyfriend for 3 weeks and had him brand her and beat her up and harm herself and cut herself up or whatever the hell she did to make it look like she was beat up. This is what sick people do. People who are lonely, they like attention, they're thirsty for attention, they're not getting the attention they need in their personal life, and they'll go out here and make up the craziest shit about themselves, that somebody harmed them, attacked them, raped them, beat them up, when there is nobody. Nobody but their sick imagination. And these people are very dangerous. And I'm sure many of you know them. Hell, some of you may be like these people. If you are, I suggest you get you some help, because you're going to have a very short life being a storyteller. In better words, a liar. Nobody likes a liar, because when you're talking to a liar, you don't know who you're talking to. Who am I speaking with today? And that's a terrible place to be. Deemed a liar, accused of being a liar, and dealing with a liar. Nobody wants to deal with people who can't tell the truth. I understand sometimes you don't want to divulge certain things about yourself, personal business, but that's different than just bogus making up stuff every day, all day, 24 hours a day. As I said, people like this are very dangerous. And they're just not people you want to be engaged with. Best you keep it moving. Well, Pecan, it's only going to get worse, obviously, because these people are thriving for attention like Jussie. So the best thing to do is to ignore them. Just like right now, Court TV's done a video. The news is going to give a story. Angela just made a video about these fools. They're getting what they want. It's called attention. Isn't that why we're talking about Jussie Smollett in the first place? It's because he wanted attention. He didn't get the just due he thought he deserved from the studio with the higher pay. So he started sending these whack-ass letters, pretending to be somebody, threatening him, calling him nasty names. Then he goes to the city and starts doing this other crazy stuff with a noose and 2 guys. Fast forward 3 years, you're in court. He finally gets his just due. The city is get their judgment for the money, restitution, fines, and he gets 5 months in jail. Thank you, Band TV. This is atrocious behavior, and I don't condone it, and I don't suggest anybody else condoning it. I don't care if you like somebody or not. I like Taraji up until this set Jussie free bullshit, but I knew something was wrong with her years ago. I just didn't dwell on it then when she was aiding him and the truth was coming out about the brothers. I thought then, okay, Taraji, let it go. They're speaking. They're telling on him. Why are you still aiding him? This motherfucker's the reason why you ain't got a damn job. The hell you aiding him for? Hard as it is to find work. Isn't that what you told people many moons ago when you were struggling as an actress? Couldn't get no gigs as an actress, a black actress? And you're going to sit here and aid a punk kid that likes to make up stuff? You brought an entire show down, and you're aiding that. That lets me know there's something wrong with her. It's crazy. What's wrong with me? I'm telling the truth. That's what's wrong with me. Now go find you somewhere to go play. You in the wrong playhouse, baby. Yes, Black history, indeed. Frankly, besides the Black history class, she didn't get any common sense growing up. Considering she grew up on the East Coast, am I not mistaken? She grew up in the city. Well, she obviously didn't grow up in the inner city. Because in the inner city, she ought to know a liar when she sees one and when she hears one. Hey, Queen, maybe she encouraged him to hatch this nutty plan. I don't know, Bridget. You know, that's an interesting point. Who knows who was in his ear? Because, you know, you have some really whack people out here that'll tell you anything. They can say something jokingly and you take it serious and you go out there and do it. I mean, who knows? He may have been sitting around talking with some people about what he could do to get a better pay. My thing is, why not just go to the people and just say directly, hey, I'd like a higher pay. You know, if indeed that's what all this mess is about, because I don't know where's the receipt to the reasons for doing all this stuff. I have no idea. It's absolutely crazy. Yes, ruined the whole gig for everyone. He affected a lot of lives. The actors, the producers, the writers, the people that work on the set, the people that cater the food. See, all these people depend on that pay. For what? Prairie, what was he in hot water about? Honey, that person ain't talking about nothing. Another crazy nut. Anybody that's aiding Jussie Smollett, you need to have your head checked. You a storyteller too. I don't indulge in people like that. Because people like that will get you killed. Yes, Callie, true. Very good at lying. Very good at lying. We've learned that from all the shows I've done about scammers, schemers, people scheming women and men out of their money, catfishing people. It's all the same to me. A liar is a liar. I don't care how they're lying. If it's just telling you, making up wild stories that they went to France for the summer and went to Europe yesterday, it's all the same. You don't know who you're talking to. And people like that can get you killed, making up stuff. And you running around defending them. Oh, that's my friend. That's my sister, my brother. They would never lie. And get you wrapped up in some drama all because you're defending them. That's why I said his family's crazy, because I wouldn't be aiding them. Now, I do not condone anybody threatening these people. Let me make that clear during this live. Don't call those people. Don't threaten them. Don't go by their house. Don't put no notes on their door, because then you are becoming another Jussie Smollett. So I don't condone threatening these people. Let them revel in their own foolishness. That is their prerogative. They want to aid Jussie Smollett. That is their business. Jussie Smollett wants to make up more lies and stories while he's behind jail. That is his prerogative. But I do not condone anybody threatening these people, threatening Jussie or his family, lawyers, whomever. Just leave them folks alone. Just leave them be. He wanted credit as a tough gay black man, and now he's whining to think he called himself the gay Tupac. Say, what did you say? The gay Tupac? Child, please stop. There ain't but one Tupac, and it ain't gonna never be another one. And as far as we know, Tupac wasn't homosexual, so he ought not even put that in the same sentence with Tupac. Oh, Lord, please stop. Y'all making me sick. I can't. Well, that's the gist of my story today. If you have a hot topic you'd like the Queen to talk about a little bit later, drop it in the chat before I check out of here, or go to my community post. One of you wanted me to talk about smelly people in relationships. I don't know if I want to do that topic or not. But I will say this before I check out of here, because you all are being so loyal to me in this chat. I reached about 170 viewers just now. Thank you so much for following the content. I was having a really bad day yesterday, and I was running around taking care of some business. And so I said, I'm going to go to the mall, because I was going to meet up with somebody while, they were at their job. So I said, I'll waste some time at the mall. So I caught myself trying to walk, but lately I threw my left knee out the other night with some heels I had on. So I was just having a bad day with the knee too. So I said, I'm just going to sit in the chair and let the time tick by, since I found out the mall was closing, because I was trying to go in Pottery Barn and the doors were closed at like 15 till 8. And I thought, what the hell's going on? So the lady said, oh, the store's closed at 8. But then I found out, I think Pottery Barn closed at 7, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I sit down after going by the hair booth where the girl was trying to sell me a flat iron. I told her I ain't got $100-something. I've just had somebody tamper with my car, this and that. I don't have no extra money to buy nothing. So I sit down, I'm watching the people. I'm looking at all these people walking by, just looking at all these random people. And I'm saying to myself, you know, this is a nice mall, nice swanky stores, people going by looking cruddy, like they just crawled out of bed, but yet they've got packages in their hands. So I'm thinking, these are just random poor people buying this stuff, barely living. Thanks, crime. Thank you so much. Crime is throwing me off. I'm sitting there watching all these regular people, and I'm saying to myself, damn, everybody's in the mall buying stuff, but can they afford this stuff? Because a lot of these people look like really dusty. And it's not to be nasty, but let's just say they didn't wear their best clothes to the mall. So I'm looking at all these random people, thinking to myself, like, these are just regular people. Regular, random people. Working class people. Probably spending their last money just to buy a nice shirt, pair of jeans. So as I'm thinking about that, this guy and girl walked by me. And as they walk by, I smell something. And I'm like, what the hell is that? I swear, I smelled stanky, sour feet. And the first thing I said to myself was, well, it wasn't but two people that just walked by to my left. So it had to have been one of them. So my mind was saying, that tall guy needs to go bury those damn cowboy boots, because that's probably what was stinking so bad. So I look at my clock. It's 8 o'clock. I said, let me get out of here. Mall's closing. And they got on the intercom and told everybody to get out the mall. So I get up, turn around, start walking. I'm going past the hair booth where they sell the flat irons. And those two are coming from the booth. They're standing there, and she has a bag in her hand, and it has a flat iron in it. So I thought, oh my God, she sold her that damn flat iron, trying to make it seem like it's $100+, that she's only going to give it away for $89, like you're stupid. So they start walking swiftly towards me, because I'm in front of them. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I know I just smelled this guy's stinky feet. Lo and behold, they take off walking like they're on fire, literally. And they walk past the queen, and I smell that fucking smell again. And I said, shut your mouth. That was his feet I was smelling. You got $100 to pay for a curling iron, flat iron, and you can't go buy you some new damn boots or socks? Oh, I was dead. So the first thing I thought was, who bought the flat iron? Did she buy it with her own money, or did he buy it for her? I was curious. Now, if I was a bitch, as some people think I am, I could have walked up and said, excuse me, did you buy her that flat iron? And then he might have been like, why you ask? I'd ask just because I wanted to know. Because then I'd know if he bought it, he's a fool. Because only a fool would buy a woman $100 flat iron and ain't got enough sense to buy his ass some new shoes and put on some clean damn socks. Oh, Lord. Hey, Kinsley. Well, one of you said in the on my community post that the girl probably is nasty too. Because why would a woman be with a guy that smelled like that? There's no way she can't smell his feet, because they were at least 10 feet from me when I first was sitting in that chair, in those lounge chairs. They were nowhere near me when they first walked by that chair I was sitting in. And I smelled his feet as he walked by. So she's with him, holding his arm, mind you. And I guess she's his girlfriend. He smelled horrible. His feet, tall guy. And those cowboy boots were rank. They were bent up. They needed to be burned. And I tell you something else that was interesting. Another guy walked by. He looked like he might have been a little mental, because he had on exercise shorts, the shiny kind, with some very dirty, nasty cowboy boots. I mean, they were like super big, like too big for his feet. and they were run over dirty and muddy. And I was just looking like, what is going on in the mall today? If one more person walks by me with a stinky pair of cowboy boots on, I'm going to scream. Crime says 6 foot rule, not 20. Well, you know, black folks, we're funny anyway. We need 7 feet just for conversation. It ain't really got nothing to do with no odor. It's just, we don't want you all up in our peripheral. That's an old black folk joke. Give us 7 feet when you want to talk. You ain't got to get up in my face to tell me nothing. Because I can make it easy to walk away if you ain't talking about a damn thing. Well, my Quisha's been nice talking to you, but I got to go. Nice seeing you. Bye-bye. And there you have it. Boy, y'all know y'all keep a queen on her toes. Yeah, he had on exercise shorts. This boy looked like he might have been mental, so I'm not going to judge him too bad, but because he looked like he was a little off, the one that had they were like blue, shiny exercise shorts, the long ones, and then he had on these really nasty, big, oversized cowboy boots that looked like they were too big, and they were nasty. I mean, I can't even describe to you how nasty those boots look. They were like he had just went outside and jumped in the mud, let it dry, and then walked into the mall. And I was just like, what is going on today in this mall? Because I was in an area where there were some very swanky looking stores just sitting there, you know, passing time. And I was thinking to myself, all these regular people coming in here, which, you know, we're all regular because I'm not professing to be no more than anybody else. But damn, at least look clean if you're going to go to the mall or out in public. Look like you took a bath. Let me say this before I check out of here. Look like you combed your hair. Look like you brushed your teeth. Look like you cared about yourself. Put on clean clothes, undergarments. Just look like you smell good. Even if you know you didn't wash your tail. Damn. At least walk by and somebody could say, she looks very nice today. They don't know that you didn't take a bath today unless they smell you. Jeepers creepers. The clothes people wear on airplanes is totally horrible at times. Do you think COVID has caused widespread loss of smell? No, Rosemary, because ain't nothing wrong with my smell. That's one thing Queen is keen. Her nose is keen. I can smell you a mile away. Queen has a good nose, kind of like her eyes. I can smell you. I can see you. Glasses and all, no glasses. Shut your mouth. I'm killing myself, so I'm feeling a little bit better today. But yeah, I just want to share that with you all. The Jussie Smollett, the latest BS for those coming into the chat late. His family is alleging that they were threatened via phone. I don't know who is the person that called, and I don't know which family member received the phone call. And somebody was saying in the comment section of this court TV video, maybe somebody called from the jail. Hello, you have a collect call from blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, I fell out. Somebody said, well, they'll know if it's Jussie Smollett calling collect from jail. Damn, I'm dead. Crime. You do not want a sinus infection. Do not claim that, because I have acute sinusitis. It's the worst disorder you can have. Nose runs all the time. It's horrible. Very horrible. But I thank you all for joining me. I don't know what live I'm going to do later if I come back, but I want you all to please go to Showtime and watch Couples Therapy. It is a very good series. It is a series about relationships. And this lady by the name of Miss Orna, she is trying to salvage these couples' relationships. It's very good. That's what I was interrupted. I was going to watch when I saw this mess about Jussie Smollett in the YouTube queue. Killed my whole afternoon. But Couples Therapy is the name of the show on Showtime. I think you can get the first episode free on YouTube, so please check it out. And as I told you all, Showtime is running a special $3.99 a month for 3 months through the Roku app only. And after your 3 months, you would then be charged $10.99. So please check out Showtime. And my movie of the week is What Breaks the Ice. It's a very interesting movie about loyalty between young people. As I said on my community post about the movie, be careful who you choose as your friends. Everybody's not your friend. Sometimes you got to learn the hard way. Body Works. Girl, please stop. So you want them to go in the Bath and Body Works and stink up the store. Is Jussie allowed to make calls? I don't know. I know when you're locked down 23 hours, you get a lot of privileges cut that you would normally have as a regular inmate, from my understanding. So the only person that you can meet in solitary, I think, is with your attorneys. So he's past the attorney stage now because he's already gotten his sentence and fines and everything. So he should be done as far as needing to talk to an attorney, as far as I know. And as we said, what is there to appeal? By the time you do all the shuffling of paperwork, you'll be out of jail by August. So, move on. Thank you. So, a lot on YouTube that be pissing me off today too. Why? Don't take it personal. See, the only thing I care for on YouTube is the decorating programs. I like to watch people who decorate, people who show houses. I do a little documentary on YouTube. But the other stuff that you all engage in pertaining to the true crime and all that, I don't get into all that because I know that most of the stuff they're talking about is not true. So that's why I don't indulge in it. Every blue moon, I'll go in the queue and watch somebody's video pertaining to he said, she said, or speculations on certain subject matters. But I take all that with a grain of salt. I use YouTube. Frankly, I just like to watch the decorating programs. HGTV, Hoarders. That's my bag. See you later, Pie. Okay, I have no friends. Yes, I like the ID channel. Yes. Oh, crime, please. In case you want to know, I'm not suicidal. You're so funny. I'm not suicidal either. I was more homicidal yesterday. I was like, anybody get in my way, I'm going to mow your ass down. And I was kind of cranky in my live last night. So pardon my manners. I just was feeling some type of way. It just kind of left. I got cranky in the evening, then I got cranky last night. But today I'm feeling a little bit better. So I'm all good. I'm going to go now and finish watching this couples therapy. I recommend you all watch this show. I think it's a good show. You can learn a lot about yourself just listening to other people talk about their flaws and what they need to work on and change and what the other person thinks wrong with the other person. It's very interesting watching these people who have been in relationships for a couple of years and longer go back and forth quipping about what's wrong in the relationship. So I thoroughly enjoyed the few episodes that I've watched. Okay, Kinsley says she likes watching cooking shows. Well, I don't need to be looking at nobody cook no food because I need to lose some weight. So I don't need to look at nothing that pertains to putting it in my mouth. No, thank you. But thank you for that. I thank you all so much for following the content. If I find another topic to bring to you guys, because I need to bring you a true crime story, crime vault story, I'll either do it this evening or bring it tomorrow. Tonight may be a hypothetical topic because a lot of you like the hypotheticals, and we will find something. He said, what? Jussie Smollett is a famous French actor. Okay. Okay, great book, The Gift of Fear Can Save Your Life. Okay. Thank you, Bridget. Glad you're feeling better. And watch True Crime and Disney World live streams. Polar opposite, yes. Exactly. Very much polar opposite. Yes, all of you have a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy the weather. I don't know what your weather is like, but here in East Tennessee, it's very nice. It's looking kind of a little cloudy right now, but it was sunny earlier. It was really, really nice. And I've enjoyed talking to you guys. And we're going to pray. We're going to pray for Jussie Smollett. You know, I crack a lot of jokes on here, but he needs prayer. I can be serious and say, despite how ugly he has been and what he has done to the city of Chicago and those brothers, and getting all this empathy from people that don't know him, he really needs help, and he needs to find the Lord, because he's lost. He's a lost soul, and a lot of the people who are following in behind him, they're lost as well, because there comes a point in your life when you need to use discernment, and you have to know when something is not right for you, and or the people that you're conjuring with, they're not right. You have to know when to say, this isn't working out. These people don't have my best interest at heart. And you have to fold. And this is a life lesson for anybody. You don't know people. Jussie Smollett is one in God knows how many people that manipulate and con for a living. And you have to be careful the company you keep and the people that you get invested in, because a lot of people have been bamboozled by people who they thought were nice people, talented. We see this every day. So I don't know why anybody is so shocked really with what Jussie Smollett did. He's done what a lot of people have done. He's a fraud. That's just the bottom line. You just didn't know it because you didn't know him. And he's no different than a catfisher. He's no different than somebody with a fake dating profile. He's no different than somebody pretending to like you, and they're secretly getting your email and your bank accounts and trying to steal your money or stealing your money, pretending to be you, using your identity. It's all the same. He's a fraud. And I feel sorry for anybody that truly had faith in him and liked him as a person, because I'm sure somebody who's woke, such as myself, they realize they didn't know Jussie Smollett. And they're disappointed. I would be disappointed, because it'd be like, damn, I didn't know you got down like this. You're really this crazy. Why? Why do you want to be this person? You don't have to be this person. You have the world in your hand, palm in your hands, and you forfeit it all for greed. In the end, if it's true, the reasons why he did this hoax, it was for greed. Yes, know when to walk away, know when to run. And Maya Angelou said that best. When they show you who they are, believe them. And I'm going to leave on that note. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to donate to the channel, $McGanty129 Cash App. You all have a safe evening. I'll be back with more stimulating commentary and breaking news. Please go to my community post for all stories related to the lives and stories that I do not cover, but I post the said commentary just so you can know, be in the know of breaking news and things that's going on across the board. Prayers for the Ukraine. I've not talked about the Ukraine in a few days. I just haven't had the appetite to keep up with what's going on over there. But when I get information, I will post it to my community post if I don't do a live pertaining to the travesty over there. But prayers for those people, because they are in dire needs right now. And I feel sorry for the people who are now pushed out of their land to go to a foreign place to start all over, because that would be a horrible thing, to wake up at 50, 60 years old and tread into a foreign land to start anew. That would be a terrible thing. But the best part of the story is, despite what's going on, they still have their life, because that's one thing you can't replace. And I want to send prayers out to the Braxton family. As many of you know, Tracy Braxton lost her fight with cancer, esophageal cancer, last weekend. We're going to pray for the Braxton family. God bless you all. May he be with you in your time of mourning. This is very tragic. I'm very shocked to get this information this weekend. Thank you all so much. God bless all of you. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you.